Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 3 of the B Team podcast. We're here with Muggsy, myself, Poise, Ryan, and Turkey. The
Yeah,
first topic on
Giuliano
this
got
episode,
he
what
fell
has
down the
happened?
stairs and he's gone again. So we decided,
Julie,
you know what,
he's
that's it.
lying.
We need someone
He's
else
lying.
on.
He's actually sagged.
And so we invited Muxie on to bully him. And
Sure, you're giving a false story there. What actually happened is Giuliano had to do his homework, and Pancho got so angry about it, he beat Giuliano within an inch of his life just after he got out of the hospital. So now he's gone into intensive care for another 2 weeks. So we'll update you on if he dies or not.
Yeah, that's what actually
That's
happened.
also a lie. He actually got sagged, and I'm his replacement.
Should I introduce our first topic?
Well,
Sure,
we should
bro,
introduce
go
the
ahead.
guest before we do anything.
Yeah, that's what the first topic is. Who the fuck is Muxie?
Hello, I'm Muxie, not Mugsy. Everybody calls me Mugsy, but I'm used to it, honestly. It's only Mink who calls me Muxie, probably.
Muxie.
We have Moozy here, the green guy. From
Yes, indeed.
He's from Greater
So, yeah,
Romania. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Romania is pretty cool, except
Muxie.
for 2/3 of it.
He speaks Spanish. See, that's fucking awesome.
yo,
Yeah,
That's so cool of him.
how do you
so many
say
foreign
me
countries.
gusta in Spanish?
Muxie,
I don't know. I don't speak Portuguese.
Muxie, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Why did you spam all of the channels on the Discord server with invite me to the podcast constantly until we invited you to the podcast?
I have no idea. I have horrible sense of humor.
Why'd you want to be on this podcast? It's not very good.
I
Yeah,
was doing a joking line in Angelica, honestly.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, really?
You
That's
are in
what he
that-
says.
You
Oh.
are in that
He
special.
swears
room
it's
for
ironic.
Turkey.
Muxie, what's it like in Hungary?
I mean, we're all locked up. It's like nothing. But
What?
otherwise, I guess it's fun.
Ham.
Yeah, getting
for
locked up
everybody.
is fun.
I mean, no. When I'm not locked up, I guess it's fun.
Okay. Yeah, it's it's fun for me too, where I'm not stuck in my house every day of the week, sitting, waiting for the next recording of the B Team podcast to occur.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the most interesting thing in your life.
Yeah,
Mhm.
nothing else happens.
Alrighty, so let's begin with the next topic.
Where's
What
Giuliano this time?
Episodes, because we never covered that one. So what happened between the episodes?
Well, like we explained before, Pancho beat Giuliano within an inch of death.
Yeah,
True.
and
And,
he's now back at hospital.
Yeah.
And
These other
that's-
guys.
has anything else happened to anyone? Because I don't fucking believe it has. I've just sat around all day doing fuck all because I'm in lockdown.
yeah.
Started second semester of university.
I got midterms this week.
Half of my
Damn,
classes
already?
started second semester, and the other half just ended the first semester, and I had to take 3 finals, despite finals being canceled. So that was
Don't
fun.
even fucking talk about exams. I'm so stressed over it.
I'm
I'm graduating this year.
On.
It's so painful.
Even
Fuck
though I
that.
have midterms this week, I think only 2 of my classes are actually doing midterms. The rest of them are just like, all right, we're just going to continue doing what we normally do in class.
Yeah, it's only
Bro,
the
none of
AP
my
and dual
classes
credit ones that
actually doing
did it in
any
my school.
homework. I mean, any midterms. This
All the
semester.
rest of the normal ones were like, you know what? Everyone's failing. Just cut the finals.
God, fuck this. I don't want to talk about this. This just makes my brain hurt. I think
Well,
we
that's
should
the whole
talk
point.
about. Yeah, I think we should talk about the stupidest thing we've ever done.
Alright, we'll start with Turkey because it's Irish, so that's probably gonna be the best one.
That's a really fucking good question. Oh, you know what it was? When I was 6 years old, I got a pencil parer, and I was like, what happens if I pair my finger with this? So I started using the pencil pair on my finger, and I kept going for about 3 minutes. And then I take it off, and then the nail's like fucked, and the whole thing's covered in blood. And like somehow I didn't realize up until that point, and then I just fucking screamed.
What's a pencil pair?
What? How the
Oh,
fuck do you not know what
oh,
a pencil
A
pair
pencil
is?
sharpener. A
It's a
pencil
fucking
sharpener.
you
Okay.
pair it. You fucking pair it. It's
You sharpen it, bro.
no, fuck you. You're pairing off its skin though.
It's not. They don't use that. It literally says in Ireland as a pair exclusively. It says in
No,
Ireland.
that's fucking. Brits call it that as well.
I've
I
never
think.
heard it.
Man, never heard
What the
that.
fuck? Everyone I fucking know calls it a
Because
pencil
you're
pair.
Irish. That's the only place.
Because you're there.
I just fucking learned today that apparently everyone calls them pencil sharpeners instead for
Are
no
you kidding
fucking
me?
reason.
You
That's
call it
stupid.
something other than a pencil sharpener.
I call
rest
it
of
the
the
right
episode-
thing.
The rest of the episode, we're just gonna make fun of your language.
Yeah.
Fuck
I mean,
you.
I guess I call it Ceruza but that doesn't count, does it?
Yeah. so it's like-
Americans call fucking crisps chips and then chips
They're
French
chips.
fries.
They were
That's fucked.
chips, right? They were invented in Quebec. All right, so it's our choice, obviously, clearly. And then French fries. Those are actually invented in the Spanish Netherlands.
No,
it's-
they were invented in fucking
Weren't
what's
they
it
invented
called?
in Belgium?
So babas
Yeah,
fritas,
Belgium.
which was part of the Spanish Netherlands at the time. So it's babas fritas, fries.
Why the fuck do you know that?
Because I speak Spanish. My main current
All right,
language.
speak perfect Spanish for me.
I always forget you're not native Canadian. Native, as in, yeah.
Native.
Yeah, I'm totally native fucking Canadian, bro. Walk on my TV.
Or in Ireland as a is that really only in fucking Ireland? What the fuck?
Yes. No, we're talking about pencil pair.
What the fuck? Oh my god, my whole fucking life is a lie. Everyone in the fucking world's been called a pencil sharpener. I
But
hate
you
that.
need a pencil sharpener on your fucking finger.
That's fucking. You're not sharpening it though. You're pairing it so that it works better. But you're gonna fucking stab someone with it.
Yeah.
What?
The
No. You don't fucking stab the paper with it though.
It's not.
A pencil
Yeah, so
topper. A pencil topper.
that
That's
one's
what they call it in
fucked.
the UK. I've heard people
Pencil
use-
pointer. What the
Pencil
fuck?
pointer.
I've never heard anyone ever call it a pencil topper. That's fucked.
I've
up.
never heard anyone call it a pencil parer.
That,
Yeah.
What does
that's
that
not
even
fucking,
mean?
that makes sense though. Why does pencil topper not? What
It's error. What is that fucking word?
the fuck is this? Someone else say their story. All right.
Someone-
Oh,
Ryan,
Doing nice.
Ryan, what is the stupidest thing you've ever done?
You're gonna have to come back to me because I don't really have anything at the top of my head that
Alright,
I can
It's
just bring
trim
up.
by cutting away the outer edges. That's what that means. Or cut off outer skin of something.
Yeah,
usually-
so that's
usually use,
fucking
like,
what you're
outside of
doing.
Context of just a kitchen. We basically just use like peeling. The same word as peeling for here.
You're gonna call it a fucking pencil peeler now. A peeler. What the fuck?
Pear, bro.
Right, Pancha, what is the stupidest thing you've ever done?
Oh, let me think. Honest, I don't got a lot of these. If I did, I think I remember more than without like being in my confined my house for like a year. But man, you're gonna have to get back to me on that one, huh? So let's go, poise. Maybe
Poise.
The stupidest thing I've ever done. Let me see. There's a lot of stupid things I've done by far, and some of them I
Yeah.
can think of that I don't want to mention, of course. But what I will say is, back in first grade, there's this one time where I was eating lunch, and there's this kid next to me, and my mom had always taught me, and she's like, no talking, eating, because I would just, or she didn't like me just sitting there talking instead of eating my like lunch at home. And so I see this kid next to me, like he's just talking and he's not eating. And so first grade me thinks he shouldn't be doing this. And so I take his hand and I put it on his lunchbox. And his lunchbox like spills like onto the ground and like all the food just goes all over the place. And I felt really bad.
What a fucking asshole.
Cool story.
Manners, am I right?
Yeah, eat. No talking.
Yeah, you
eating.
should have been fucking eating, you
Yeah,
scumbag.
it's
I
his
got
fault
made
for
fun
not
of.
eating.
It's like so basically, right, there was my friend, right? There's a whole bunch of people in like back in high school, like gym class, and then basically there was there was like a room where he said like the N word in like one of the lockers, right? And that day, cause it was like cause I had gym in the morning. Uh, they fucking there's like a huge group of like 30 like black kids, right?
Oh
Well,
my
Hey,
fucking
Goon
god.
squatted you?
Wait,
Oh no.
okay, so then I was walking like and then they're like, "Hey yo, do you know where the guy is?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, he eats lunch in this hallway." Just fucking tell him, and they all just go right towards him.
Did you get
So what's
beat?
that? Almost. The sports med teacher showed up there like 10 seconds before he would have gone his ass
Did he
beat and then
actually
led
say
him
the
to
N word?
No, he didn't. Somebody made that up. That's the best part.
Oh my fucking god. Why don't we ask our guest,
Our guest, yeah.
Mooksy? I'm calling you Mooksy now, like you want.
Right, Mooksy.
Cheers.
Mooksy.
Mooks.
Mooksy.
Oh god. So this happened, I think, 2 years ago. I was in 10th grade, and my class was on excursion, and we went to the Hungarian Parliament, which is one of the most secure places in the country. So me foolishly, I usually had my pocket knife in my coat, and our teacher told us to deliberately take out everything that's a weapon or anything.
Oh
And I
fuck.
fucking forgotten it. Fucking forgot it, yeah. And it was in my bag, and they were like, "Okay, you have to pack out everything that may be a weapon or anything, because if they don't, they will arrest you." So I put my bag up on the magnetic checker thing. Forgot its name, where they fucking X-ray it, and I thought maybe if I tell the guy, I won't get arrested. So I tell this soldier guy in front of me, "Sorry, I have a knife by me. Should I give it to you?" And it's like, "Yeah." Asked the guy who was checking the bag, "Does he have a knife on him?" "Of course he does." So I pick out my knife. I give it to the bloke. He gives me a laminated paper that I'm supposed to give back later, after the tour in the parliament. So I'm like, okay, we take the tour in the parliament, we come back. I see the fucking entrance thing, and there's this huge fucking line of foreigners and tourists. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go there. No, I'm not, because there's fucking 60 people there. So I just threw the fucking laminated paper out in the bin. And I never got my fucking knife back.
Was it an expensive knife?
Fucking. Yeah,
No, I just got it from my grandpa for like my 8th birthday.
Oh, that's
Dang.
Yeah, that's kind of sad.
What a sad ending.
Yeah, and it was a
Fucking
fucking real
slapped.
good knife as
You
well.
should have just put it in your underwear, so that if they try to get it, then that's sexual harassment.
Of course, yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah, this is how it works. You see,
Not in Hungary.
I'm playing 60 chess with the security.
Uh-oh.
Well, I wish.
All right, next we'll go to Ryan.
Oh,
see if you know
yeah.
one.
I remember my story now. You sparked it up, Moosey. So this must have been whenever I was extremely young. I barely remember it, but your conversation about that just brought it up.
Yeah,
So I'm with like my dad. We're going some place like government building in the city, and you know those like royal guards that. So you'd have royal guards in Great Britain that like with the big hats, and they just sit there and they're not supposed to like look at anyone or anything like that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, my dad was like talking to someone in front of the building, and I just went up to one of those people and tried to strike a conversation with him. I must have been like 5 or 6. So I just talking. I'm like, "Hey, are you cold?
Hey, you guys
You
lost
got
a
a
war to
cool
us.
hat." And I was just trying to strike up conversation with him, and my dad had to like walk over 3 minutes later, like, "What? You can't talk to him." Like,
Wait,
"Oh,
so were you just having a
really? I didn't
one-sided
know
You were
that."
having
conversation
a
with this guy?
fucking one-sided conversation
I was
for
just
3
like
minutes.
talking to him, and I was
It's like
wondering
those
why.
guys in clubs who talk to trees.
Yeah, it was basically me. I was like, "Hey, how are you doing? Why
Hey,
are
baby,
you
you have some
standing there?
thick leaves.
What's going on?"
What's going on? Jesus.
You could just see like the awkwardness in the person's face, but I just didn't know. I was like, "Oh,
That poor fucking man just trying to do his job, and this little
mean-
asshole won't fucking shut up.
As an introvert, though, it's great because if I had that job, I would like literally be required to not talk to people, and I love not talking to people.
Yeah, but you need to be good at shouting because if they come up to you, you need to fucking tell them off.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Make way for the Queen's Royal Guard, and you push him out of the way and not to the ground.
well, it was like to like the police department. It wasn't like the British were invading."
Do you want to hear an interesting story while we're on the topic of stupid shit?
Sure, babe. Go ahead.
Sure.
Did you just call me babe?
Yes.
Okay. I remember
Pancho, what
one
would you
time,
expect?
it must have been like probably 10 years ago. I was in France with my family, and we were on a boat, and there was a police boat. And my little brother, he thought a serial killer literally meant someone who fucking eats cereal. So he
No.
screamed.
We're all serial
at the
killers.
He screamed at the police boat. But when I grow up, I want to be a serial killer.
You never saw him again.
But they were French, so they probably didn't even fucking know what he was saying.
That's actually pretty.
This
funny.
entire time I've been a serial killer and I didn't know it.
No.
No.
You
My
learn
life of
something
crime has
new
already
every day.
begun.
All right, now we'll go for the second fourth topic of this
Before we
episode.
move on, though, does anyone else have any stupid? Maybe it's not the stupidest thing you've done, but any other funny stories of stupid things you've done?
I think I already said the one where I stepped on a fucking
Oh,
mouse
actually, I
trap.
remember there's 2 times. I went to back in like middle school, right? Because my middle school was right next to the mall. If you were in like basically any grade but the first one in middle school, they let you go across to the mall for lunch, and there was a McDonald's there. And then so one time I went to McDonald's. I'd saved like my lunch money for like 3 weeks or something like that, and I bought like like a quarter pounder with like the maximum amount of patties, like 10 patty quarter pounder.
You could have 10 patties.
Yeah, you used to. They I went there like a year after I graduated, like from the middle school, and I checked. It's like, oh yeah, how come I can put 3 patties in the quarter pounder now? Anyway, so then yeah, I just had the whole ass fucking 10 patty quarter
Could you even
pounder,
fit that in
and I
your
like
mouth?
barely actually. My friend's iFunny. I did this twice. So the second time I did it, I ate the whole thing, and the first bite is actually the banner for my friend's iFunny. And but the first time I did, I had, like 4 bites. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that was just the most filling thing I've ever eaten, and I just fed the rest of it to the seagulls.
Oh god. I'm trying to think now. Nah, I think, is that everyone? Does anyone else have anything?
I think we've gone through everyone except Giuliano, but he's dead.
Yeah.
Rest in
Fair.
peace.
He's fucking dead. He's sagged. Why do you
Actually,
have
the
to?
stupidest thing he did was decide not to appear on the B Team podcast episode 3. Because then
And
Pancho beat him up.
Yeah. Shouldn't have just for teenage homework, bro.
That's how he got irreparable fucking damage to his spinal cord. Several of his fucking internal organs were ruptured by Pancho in the assault. So I don't think he's ever going to be the same again, to
Yeah,
be
so, you know,
honest.
He
honestly, it's
deserved
his fault,
worse
so there's-
for what he did.
Alright,
Thanks,
time for
Giuliano.
the
Wouldn't be
next
here
topic.
any other ways.
Yeah, there's another way.
Worst purchase you've ever made. Sure.
Oh,
Worst purchase? I mean, so I have a story about a really bad purchase I made, but I was able to return it, so I wasn't really affected by it. This was back 3 years ago, and I wanted to become a YouTuber, and I thought, okay, no, not I thought, but like what I've been watching on YouTube is a lot of Star Wars Battlefront 2. And there's this one channel that I watched that just did no commentary, just plain gameplay, and they had a lot of subs. So I'm like, okay, cool. I can get a lot of subs by just not talking. Of course, I was wrong, but I didn't figure that out until a lot later. And so I recorded on Xbox, but the problem with Xbox is you can only record up to 10-minute clips. And so I decided, you know what? I've been watching a YouTuber who recommends the Elgato capture card. And so I'm like, I'll get this. But the problem was I bought this and I realized, oh, you have to connect it to a computer. And so that was $130 down the drain. But then I ended up
Jesus.
returning it, so I didn't really lose any money. But still, that was a very stupid purchase that I made because I didn't even fully understand what I was getting.
You should have fucking looked into it more. That was your fault.
I'm sorry, Turkey. I was 13.
Yeah, fuck you. Fuck 13-year-old you. I'm actually gonna
I
kick
hate
his
children.
ass after this show.
I know, I'm
No.
so basically there was like in that same mall middle school, there was like this thing, and it would like you feel like a loonian, which is like $1 Canadian, and you get like these tiny ass Rubik's cubes, or like 2x2. Now these things, right? Super like you drop one, it would explode and fucking fragments everywhere.
Oh god.
Yeah, like 4 of them.
Oh.
The first one was like the first one was accidentally dropped. The other two, the other three I just purposely like through. Just it was explode.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I have a good one. It was this year. It was over the summer. I went to a CEX. And I wanted to emulate a game, an Xbox game, so I had to get an Xbox controller. And they had like the see-through blue ones. They had those, and there was one, and it was pretty expensive. Like it was used, and it was like 20 euros. So I was like, oh, can I have that? And they're like, yeah, sure. And they didn't give me the one in the display that looked fine. Instead, they pulled out this other one that had like food you could see on the inside of it, and it but they put it like straight in the bag, so I didn't know this. But when I was driving home, I take it out. It's got like tomato sauce on the inside, and one of the sticks has completely fucking broken off. It's like there's fucking nothing on there. It's literally just a stick with no pad or anything. And I'm like, maybe I can make this work. So I get home and I plug it in and it works, but it's like so fucking vile. The sticks have like pasta all over them and shit. And I'm like, I'm not fucking doing this. This is like an 8-year-old controller covered in rotten food. So I fucking went back to the store the same day and got a full refund. It was awful.
Cool story, bro.
Okay, yeah, cool. Anyway, Ryan, Muxy, do you guys have a...
I was zoned out during the middle of that. The controller was full with tomato sauce?
It was
What?
it was like an old fucking Xbox 360 controller, and it had like really old dried up tomato sauce and pasta all over the inside of it.
Was it like
Jesus
from
Christ.
GameStop or something?
Yeah, no, it was from CEX.
Yeah.
They're like a used game store.
I actually have one. I think I was around 11 when I was really into every fucking generic YouTuber. And as every fucking generic YouTuber had a Razer Kraken 7.1. Those chroma ones. So I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to get one. It cost
Yeah.
It cost like what, 100 euros.
Yeah.
That's a lot in my,
Hungarian.
especially for an 11-year-old kid.
Let me go
in
convert that
Hungary.
real quick. To
It's like-
USD.
It was
$80.
oh
It's like yours are worth
Yeah,
a bit more
$120
than
bucks.
USD.
That
yeah.
half of what I said then.
Yeah, but like it was worth the forint, our currency was worth more than, so it was 30,000. Nowadays it would be like 33, 35. So
Yeah.
anyways, I got that fucking headphones and I was like, oh my god, this is so good. I barely did anything with it. I mean,
Oh
I just
god.
played fucking CS:GO. No, not CS, not even CS:GO. I played CS 1.6 with it and watched Minecraft YouTubers. Then it fucking broke. We sent it back with my parents. I was like, okay, it's going to work again. Fucking hell, broke in 1 month. And we're
Oh
like,
my God.
okay, we'll send it back again. And the company was like, this is not our fault. You can come and pick it up. You're here in Budapest. I don't live in Budapest. I live in the south.
That's fucked.
And I've never picked it up since then.
I feel like fucking expensive shit like that, they should have better quality control at least. That shit should last. Like, remember when
Yeah.
Xbox released the Pro Gamer controllers for like 150 euros? And
That's
then
true.
they
They like
all
the
broke.
shit, like sticks. They all broke in like a month.
Yeah.
I
It's
do remember that. And they made the series too, which is fine from what I've heard. Never bought one though because they're damn
It's
expensive.
still not fucking worth 150 euros for a controller.
True. That is actually true. I go,
Has
oh,
any-
$200. Bro, I could buy a fucking like used game console for that and like a newer one. So I'm like, alright, I'm not gonna buy that. So I bought some hats.
Has anyone else not said a story yet, or is that
I think
everyone?
it's just Ryan who's
Which
left.
Ryan.
Oh yeah, I haven't said the worst thing yet. Oh no, yes I did.
You should like,
stupid.
yeah.
I honestly, so as you know, in elementary school, you want to be the coolest guy. So I decided that I was going to get some really cool kicks, right? Well, these things, they looked extremely cool, but they were not made well. But I was
Mm,
like, oh, they look cool. I'm gonna be the fastest kid here. And we were doing like races and stuff like that because that's how you get clout back then.
yeah.
And I was pretty up there. I think I was third fastest, maybe. I'm like, okay, this is gonna make
Ooh,
me
that's big.
the top fastest person.
You
So
say
we're
Bolt over
racing,
here.
and my shoes just completely fall apart. It is like
Oh,
one of
God.
them gets a hole immediately, and the top part, the other one's heel starts coming off. I'm like, wow, these shoes kind of suck.
Wait, what shoes were these?
Jesus.
I have no idea. This
Just
was so
shitty
long ago.
sports
I'm
shoes,
pretty
I
sure this
guess.
was like
Bro, you should
first
just
grade.
like rode in on some Heelys, bro. You would have won 100%.
That's true.
Oh, that's another thing. I tried to
Heelys got
beg my
Heelys.
parents to get Heelys because 2 kids had Heelys and they would go down this little slope that we had in the playground. Oh
Bro,
yeah.
I remember in elementary. Bro, I remember fucking back when I lived in Venezuela. One of the kids in preschool had Heelys, and he was the coolest fucking guy.
No one fucking
Wait,
cares
Poncho,
about
you lived in
shoes here.
Venezuela?
I used to, but yeah, they
Dang,
used
how
to.
was
Yeah,
it?
the guy. Back then, I don't fucking remember all that much. I was like 4.
Aw, dang.
So yeah, it was warm. It was very hot actually. We got like 40 degrees sometimes Celsius. So yeah, it was pretty hot.
All right, so I
Damn.
think we can take that one off. Let's
Next,
say next a strange interest that you've had. No, actually,
start with turkey on that one.
yeah, a strange interest that you have. I like
We're just gonna reveal our
fucking around.
fetishes.
I like fucking around with the emulators. They're
I
pretty.
hate emulators, bro. It's because I don't want to get a virus.
That's you just have to be fucking smart about it though.
That's
Like,
also on Pirate Games. I'm worried about getting a virus.
if you know how to avoid them, it's fine.
Yeah, just don't be
Like-
bad.
Yeah, just get good basically. But yeah, that's it. Who's next?
Ryan, let's go from right to left. So Ryan's next.
And what are we talking about?
Strange
weird
interests.
interest.
You have.
I just like going on Google Earth and going to random places just for the hell of it.
I used to do that all the
That's
time.
fucking fun, actually.
I
That's really
love
funny.
doing that.
Especially when you go to Russia, you always see some shit.
I would
I once spotted a fucking assassin bureau.
I'll like
We're
go
all
around
longitude,
South
latitude.
America looking for like a cool animal sometimes, or look at a cool like view,
When you
or like
look
go to
at
like some
my-
random mountain and like try
Yeah.
to find the top of it. Just stuff like that.
Isn't the fucking new flight simulator like Google
Yeah,
Earth on
the world-
steroids?
Yeah, it's the world to scale, the whole world.
That's fucking cool. Like that. I have no fucking interest in flight simulators, but that sounds fun.
Yeah, how it's like 120 gigabytes. Some shit's insane.
Jesus. I actually have to download all my.
The entirety of that cut out for me. I have no idea what you
Yeah,
said.
Turkey, you were cutting out.
Same here.
Yeah, horrible.
I thought it was my
I was
internet
worried it was my
connection.
internet at first, but
I was like,
Same.
I'm gonna mention it. If it's just me, the guys will just tell me what the hell he said. But if it was everybody, then I think people have the right to know. It doesn't really matter though, because we're gonna be editing this all in.
Yeah,
Turkey, you tried disconnecting and reconnecting.
Yeah, again.
Still no better. Still no better.
Guess we'll go
Right.
to
Well,
Poise.
Turkey. While we're waiting for Turkey, I'll just go. I can't think of a strange interest I have, but I can think of, I guess, a unique one. Or I wouldn't say really unique, but just I don't really know anyone else that does it. Where since I play the piano, and so I take piano lessons, and I've been doing that since I was like 5. And so just recently though, I've gotten into kind of composing and arranging my own music. And so there are some songs. My favorite part of playing the piano is taking songs that I've listened to before and then just playing those. That's what I have the most fun doing. And just recently, I've started trying to arrange my own pieces, like taking a song that I know and trying to arrange a piano version of it. So I've had some fun doing that recently.
Ornstein does that actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a whole videos on his YouTube channel about that. He talks about it up to me all the time.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I should try doing that as a fellow musician.
I probably
That
would. I mean,
sounds cool.
I'm not a music guy.
I'm trying to learn electric guitar, but I'm a bit shit at it.
What was that thing I was gonna do? Oh yeah, it was the next I had to say topic now, strange interest. I guess I like bird watching. I like cars.
Bird
and
watching's fucking cool. It sounds like fun.
Like- sculptures, bro. It's nice. So I guess we're gonna go to Muggsy, bro.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I don't know if this is weird or just obscure.
He likes
But a lot-
hardcore furry porn.
Parasitical.
Oh my god. I'll be
Every-
exposed.
We're not even getting near any of that. No.
We said that in the first fucking episode.
I'm pretty sure this happened last
This is a
episode, too.
repeat. Anyway, keep going.
So I really like geography. It's one of my main favorite things.
Yes.
Yeah.
As a subject, I guess. And I tend to open a sheet in my what is it called again? Notepads app, Samsung Notes. That's it. And and the Wikipedia page, and write up the political entities of countries by population.
I mean, that's nothing wrong with that. I feel like that would be useful for you later on, like just as a skill to have, I guess, if you pursue anything like that. Momo is also really interested in geography. I've never.
I'm
been
actually
interested.
not
Fun topic.
going to pursue a career in geography. I just really like it.
Well, it's good to have hobbies. What are you thinking of pursuing?
Science. But the problem is, geography itself here is all like weather systems and shit like that. I'm like, I don't fucking care about weather systems.
Yeah, that's why I
think
hated the
weather's pretty
subject
cool.
itself. That's why I hated the subject itself. Because I really like the map and like political entities, and all I had to learn about is fucking Latin names of clouds. Like I don't care about cirrocumulus.
I'm so
What?
fucking glad they removed Latin from the Irish education system, because if I had to learn Irish and Latin, I think I would blow my head off.
Does anyone actually speak Latin anymore?
No, it's a
Yeah,
fucking
the-
dead language.
The only country that actually has like full services in Latin is like Vatican City.
And that has
You get, like, you go
840
to Vatican
I think
City,
Latin's
probably
still taught in
18.
some places. Like I think my cousin learned
It's
Latin in high
taught in-
school.
Yeah, loads of places teach it, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
You can take a
useless.
whole bunch of courses in like university and high school over here in the North America, but nobody actually like speaks it. In the
Yeah, it's
regular
not
day.
offered at my high school.
It's a
Many
bit of a
Catholic
dead
schools
language.
teach it here.
Yeah, it's because it just evolved, bro. It became like Italian, Sardinian, French, Romanian, shit like that.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I think, is that everyone on that one?
Yeah, I think so. Next,
Okay.
next one. Most annoying person you've ever met.
Oh, I have a great one for this. Should
I
I go
All right,
first?
I'll go first, right? So there was this fucking
So
guy.
Poncho, no.
He was super old, okay. And I'm talking like not one. I mean, old for high school. He was like he should have graduated like the year before, but he had to like
Yeah.
take 12th grade. Bro, guy was like total fucking like geez. Anyway, he hated, and I mean hated whenever anybody would save a seat for anybody on the bus. Now this bus, there was enough seats that everybody who went on the bus could have their own seat. Like it was not an overcrowded bus. Like you would see empty seats on it. But if somebody had like a bag saved because he wants to sit next to a friend, bro, he would get pissed off. I remember one day there was like a girl who was like sitting near the back of the bus, like saying
Yeah.
seat for one friend, and he just fucking swung at her.
This
guy was like-
Christ.
This guy was like a really scrawny, so the girl just like kicked his ass.
Incredible.
And then
That's
the next
amazing.
day, I'm saving a seat for one of my friends as well. And okay, so I'm sitting with my friends because I say like it was the three of us, right? It was me from my left, from my right. And then so one of my friends there, and he's like, "Hey, yo, you can't save a seat for the other guy." And I'm like, "Bro, there's like 20 empty seats on the bus, and there's a video of this whole incident, and you can see like basically the entire bus is empty." And then this guy just starts like swinging at me, and I beat his ass.
Jeez,
And then
why?
fucking I remember after the incident, I turned to my friends like, "Bro, why didn't you help?" And he just said, "Oh, I thought you had it covered, man."
Yeah, when I am not allowed to sit somewhere, I also just start beating up whoever's taking up the seat.
Those things
Just
that
fucking
he
ruthlessly
wouldn't
beating
even
people.
sit in that area of the bus. He'd always sit in the exact same seat, but he would like he hated it whenever anybody would sit on that part of the bus. Oh, after I beat him up, he never took the bus again for the
Ancho,
rest of that
maybe
year.
for him, the most annoying person he'd ever met was you.
No, because the next
Oh.
year he came up to me in this next September. He was like, and he grievously apologized for what he did.
Oh my
Like,
fucking god.
Did he like get on his
What I-
hands and knees?
He clasped his hands together and then
What?
kind of did, like
What?
and you-
What the fuck? He's a fucking weeaboo.
He just comes over and they're giving you applause. Like, I'm sorry, Poncho, as he's just applauding you.
He's a fucking weeaboo.
clapped his hands together and he kind of like a little bow. He was like, "Oh, I'm very sorry for what I
What
did."
the fuck? What kind of mole person does that?
It's not like I wanted to beat you up or anything.
We didn't. No, like I remember one part. He just like because he didn't like throw me punch. He would just like try and scratch me, and he tried biting me for a part. Like I had like his like I just had my arm
Sounds
out.
like
'Cause
he
I
has
never
some
got
issues.
up. I was literally just sitting on the chair on like down like the bus chair the entire time.
Yeah.
He tried to like I don't know. He tried to do something like scratch me on the eyes or something. I had like my hand like my arm out, and then he tried to like bite it. But then whenever he tried to bite, I just like twist my arm so he couldn't get his teeth on it. I was doing that for like 2 minutes. Jesus. I ended when I kicked him, and then he dropped his glasses, and then they broke, and he's like, "Oh, I gotta go."
He was just so sad after it.
Yeah, he just
Oh,
left the
God.
bus after that.
Dang.
I have
yeah.
2 good ones. I have 2 good ones. Should I tell them both?
Sure. Go ahead,
Yeah.
kid.
The first one was when I was like 10, my dog Paddy, he ran off and he ran to this estate next to ours, and there was this big green patch of land there, and I remember I was chasing him and I was trying to catch him by the collar and take him home, and there was this really fucking annoying kid with glasses who just started following me around while I was trying to get my dog and telling me like I'm fucking evil to keep this poor animal caged. And I just got really fucking angry at him. And he followed me for like an hour and a half, just like not shutting up. And I was like, why do you exist? It was awful. It was terrible. And then
Why do you exist?
yeah, why did he
Why
have
did-
those? He just followed me around with his glasses, and he'd be like, you know,
What do you mean with his glasses? Was
yeah,
he
he
like?
had his glass. He had these big ass glasses, and he followed me around. He's like,
You know, like
I have
you shouldn't be
glasses, but,
keeping
like-
animals like this.
Dude, Linkara? You knew
he was
Linkara?
kind of fucking like Linkara, honestly. He was like a little, really, fucking, really annoying Linkara.
Dude, that's crazy.
And then there's the other one. There was this guy who used to beat up my friend and steal his money. And one day he came up to me with a bunch. No, he used to he was like a fucking generic neighborhood villain kind of. He was so annoying. And one day I was with some friends and he like sprinted down like a little idiot and he wanted to beat me up. But then he got scared off with a BB gun and he hid in a tree. And he just hid in a tree for like 30 minutes at someone else's house and then he ran away.
He was in someone else's yard.
Yeah, no, he was in there, and their mother came out with a fucking broom and tried to get him. And he got the police called on him like 50 times, and then one day I said I was gonna fight him. So I was just walking to my friend's house, and he showed up with a bunch of his buddies on bikes, and he called me a retard.
Yo,
And he said he's gonna beat me up, and then I just picked up a plank of wood and whacked him on the head. And then I said "fuck off" and I left. And he came up with his mother to my house crying. And then my mom told his mother that he deserved it, and she agreed because he was
so
the
when you hit
worst.
this guy with a plank of wood, the entire goon squad he brought with him just
Yeah,
like
no,
scattered.
they were just like, what the they were just kind of in shock, and I just left. It's kind of funny. It's such a weird fucking story though. And then like the next week, I was walking to my friend's house and he showed up and he was like trying to be my friend, and I was like, fuck off. He just and then I told him I didn't want to be his friend, and to fuck. This was all when I was like 11, by the way. I told him I didn't want to be his friend, and he can piss off. And he told me, all right, then I'm gonna follow you home and kill you.
Did he?
Is that what he said?
Yeah, and
I thought he
but
wanted
he
to be your
didn't.
friend. Now he's gonna kill you.
Yeah,
How can he be your friend
that's
if you're dead?
Yeah, but how can he be my friend if I'm dead? And then nothing happened ever again. And that
Oh,
was
so you
it.
didn't
you
get
never saw him
killed.
ever again.
Sadly, I did not get killed.
Dang.
That's it. Who else has a story?
Ryan has a story.
Go on, right?
If you don't have one, I can go.
He's fucking dead.
Rest
Juliana
in
got him.
peace.
Not unmuted.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Do you have one?
Oh, so, I want you to imagine. Imagine me trying to think of one, and I'm prolonging the conversation, wasting time by continuing to talk while thinking of one.
Mm.
Yeah. Go ahead, please. I'm.
All right. Okay. So this, I wouldn't say this is more annoying, but like kind of annoying and funny at the same time because it was actually just this past summer. Me and some other friends went to my friend's birthday party, which was at his this campground that he stays at. So there's like, I don't know, 6 or 7 of us there, and we were doing this. There's this like mini golf course, so we started playing mini golf, and this one like kid, I don't know, he's probably just an elementary school. That's what I'll put his age at. Probably late elementary school. And he comes in with this Nerf gun and starts like shooting us. And we're like, oh, okay. And he starts spouting these like melodramatic lines about how we have to put our hands up and he's gonna kill us. And then he starts like Fortnite dancing. He just straight up like drops down and starts doing the take the L dance. And then he like takes out his gun and starts shooting us at point blank range again. And then I think he took one of my friend's phones and ran off with it, so we had to like catch him. And then we just like left. We're like, no, we're not dealing with this kid anymore.
Fortnite dance was the last piece in the puzzle.
Yeah.
He just started hitting the take the L, and then he just left. He
That's what
started.
I
I have
know.
never seen anyone
know.
floss as hard as this kid did.
It was back in elementary school. There was a guy, and I don't remember much about him. I just remember one day because there was like this patch of ice, so people like skate on it. It's in the middle of winter, and he slipped, and I was like on the ice, and he helps himself up, and I help him up right from the ice, like he's pulling on my leg, and I like bring up my arm, right, help him
Yep.
up, and he's like, and then I'm like, hey, you all right? And he just punches me in the face for no reason.
How dare you?
And then he leaves. Yeah, he didn't even say anything. He just punched me in the face. I still have no idea why.
Can I have a book?
And that was
Oh.
the day Pancho started using Discord.
No, I
Correct.
started using Discord like for another like let me think, like 4.5 years.
Punch Your Boss story awoke a deep memory inside me. It's actually
Yeah.
not a deep memory, it just happened this summer. I was in summer work, and I just so the way it worked that we went to a school in the middle of a square that's pretty standard, I guess, in the city. We went to work, and the bus brought us back at the end of work because it was like with this student group. So I was there, fucking dead tired in the 34 degree Celsius fucking summer. I was about to go get on the bus. I got on the bus. I didn't use earphones because I left them home, and and I hear this fucking kid. This fucking kid with his father comes up on the bus. And imagine a kid who's like average 6-year-old kid, but it sounds like he smoked 2 packs a day. Like,
That's the kid, right?
like sounds like this, and he just speaks like a vulgar fucking drunkard. And it's like, oh my
What a
god, shut
lad.
the fuck up. Oh my god, shut the fuck up.
Is that just not the normal Hungarian?
Internet's
No,
back. Sorry.
I'm so glad it's not. Because otherwise, I would be fucking offing myself right now.
What did I miss?
Nothing
Um,
really.
Nothing really.
I didn't know she
6-year-old
left,
smokes 2 packs
honestly,
a
until
day.
you started spamming the internet's having a stroke. Give me a second, chat.
Yeah, my fucking internet is so shit right now.
Alright, what are your
Is
thoughts
that everyone? By the way,
on the thumbnail, bro? I
Surprised my
uploaded?
internet hasn't cut out during the podcast yet, because it does it at least twice a day on average.
well, mine just did for like a few minutes. Uh,
Ryan, have you come up with a story yet?
I just can't think of one. I don't really
Nice.
have many annoying people here.
Well, that's it. You're off the podcast.
So
yep, he's off. He's off. He's off. He's off.
All right.
next,
Hardest you've ever
laughed.
laughed at something. I have a good one for this. You see,
Just one time I was on Discord, I'm like, yo, this guy
Oh.
fucking named Turkey. And I'm like,
Oh, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
so I was playing Space Engineers with 3 other guys, and
Mm.
we were making a base, doing our thing, and then I discovered something. I discovered that if I fly up into the air with my jetpack and I crash into someone at full speed, I can kill them along with myself. And so I did it once, and then I'm like, okay, that was funny, and I'm done. But then there's one guy I was playing with who was just basically doing things. He was like working on everything. Another guy, and then the other 2 guys were kind of, but one guy insists that you always have a gun, always have a loaded gun. Okay, whatever. But anyway, even though there's no enemies, whatever, fine. And then my other friend, who, now he's not the one that is working, he's not me, and he's not the guy that wants a gun. After he figures out that you can crash into someone by, or you can kill someone by crashing into them, he starts just spawn killing the guy with the gun. Every time he spawns in, crashes into him and kills him immediately. And this happens for a good 10 minutes straight. And I am just laughing my head off as then the guy with the gun keeps trying to shoot him as he's crashing into him. And he straight up destroys like half of our base because he keeps shooting it down after this guy keeps crashing into him. And then so the guy who is like actually working on stuff, doing stuff, eventually, he just starts yelling at us because the whole base is gone because of the one guy with the gun blowing it up. So we just hear him bang his desk, and then that's it. We don't hear anything from him for the rest of the night. I don't think he left. He didn't leave the Discord call. We just did not hear a word from him. We just hear him banging his desk, and then that was it.
Oh my fucking god. Oh, I have a good one. I was playing Minecraft with a guy I know in real life, and we were on a server, and he was making an aquarium, and he made this bowl out of dirt with some water in it, and for some fucking reason, it was the most pathetic thing I'd ever seen in my fucking life. Like he was just using this awful fucking dirt bowl, so I just laughed at it for like 10 minutes straight. It was just fucking nothing. I don't know. Does anyone else have one?
honestly, for me, it was I was watching a YouTube. I don't fucking remember what the YouTube video was. It was like a 40-minute long YouTube video, and for some reason, every single one of the jokes just hit. Like they were really good jokes, and I just laughed for like the entirety of that video. Pause too.
Yeah,
No,
there's
no, I think
always-
it was the very first time I saw the Ashens violin video. I was also a good contender for that.
Oh, I
was really good.
remember Ashens, yeah.
Yeah, the video with the Chinese violin. That one. That was damn good for sure.
Oh god. Anyone else have one?
Oh yeah, so we had this like people. It's an organization based in the city that goes to schools and does these plays to like, I don't even know. It's like anti-bullying stuff, and they're doing this
Oh,
play,
no.
and it's all these dark topics, and they're like doing all these dark things, and they're like going through the play, It's supposed to be really sad. People are crying, and then some kid in the back goes, "Achoo!" as loud as he can. The entire gym just erupts in laughter. It is the funniest thing to this day. It happened like 3 times throughout the play, but the first time it happened, even people in the audience, the actual play started laughing. And like
I
the
like
entire
that.
school was there. It's like 2,000 kids in
Was
this
he-
gym watching this play going on.
Was it like intentional from him, or was he just accidentally sneezing?
It was definitely exaggerated. Like I'm sure it was an actual sneeze, but it was definitely exaggerated.
I like that. Anyone else have anything?
I have another one, which happened just this past week, where I was playing Phasmophobia with 3 other guys, and 2 of us are playing the game, and one guy, he kept spewing random Japanese lines, and
Oh
so
god!
there's this one map that's really big, and that when you talk in it, it echoes. And so I'd be like going around these dark corridors, and all of a sudden I'd hear like some random like Odi-chan from across the map or something. And then he would randomly just scream at the top of his lungs while we were playing this game. So I'm walking down this dark hallway, then all of a sudden I just hear someone screaming at the top of their lungs. And eventually I think I heard his mom come in and yell at him for just screaming at the top of his lungs.
Oh, that's great. I like
He
that
was fun
one.
to play with.
Yeah, I
I
know.
actually recorded some of that, and that's going to be coming out later this week.
it's just so
Oh, yeah.
expensive.
What's so
That's really
expensive?
Phasmophobia. It's like $20. I'm like, I'm gonna
Oh,
get
it's
this like
14 last
What
time.
even,
That might have
what
been
even
on
is that
sale.
game about?
It's about you're ghost hunting. You come to a house and you gotta look for evidence, search for evidence, and basically figure out what the ghost is that's haunting the house while not getting killed by the ghost at the same time.
Oh, okay, that's pretty straightforward, I guess.
It's a what's it
It's a
called?
lot of fun.
It's like it feels like a fad game, and I'm like, I want to pay like how much for a fad game, bro?
Yeah,
I mean, when
I-
it doesn't. I can't say it updates very quickly or adds a lot with updates, but it's still a ton of fun. I'm still playing.
Remember when fucking Atlas told us all to get Fall Guys or something, and then it died after like 1 week. That's why you don't get fad games.
Yeah, I had Among Us, but I had Among Us before the
Me
fad.
too. Yeah,
But
we
it's
played
free.
it but right
Yeah.
before the fad started. Muxie, do you have any good ones?
About annoying people.
Hardest you've ever laughed at something.
Hardest I've ever laughed. Oh fuck, I've laughed a number of times very hard, but most of them are pretty personal, I guess.
Do you have any
So-
good ones?
Well, everything
I'm
comes out on the
thinking of
BTM podcast.
Oh fuck.
He's failed. He's failed. Kick him off. Kick him
I
off.
failed. Yes.
God, I can't believe it.
Right, is
Well,
that
that-
everything covered?
I guess it
Yeah.
is. I'll do the outro because Poise always does it. Thanks, kittens, for watching another episode.
No,
Nope.
that's it.
Thank
That's
you,
it. This is
motherfucker.
why I do the
Shut up.
outro.
Cut
Thank
the
you for your
black.
continued support.
Cut the
All right.
black.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to the B Team Podcast episode 3. Hopefully, Giuliano will be back next time. This will probably be Muxie's only appearance, unless Giuliano decides not to come on again. We need another guest.
Yeah,
we might have to
Muxie's
call
I
upon
like
Muxie again. But
I'll come again in 10 episodes.
other than that,
Yeah, it'll be
that's
a
it.
bi-weekly thing.
We'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
See you, everybody.
All right, I
Bye-bye.
stopped.
Bye.